Folks, gather round. We're about to embark on a journey through time and space to a place where history and humor collide. Tonight, we're diving into the wacky world of ghost towns, specifically one, Cahaba, Alabama, a place that once thrived and now stands as a testament to ambition and folly. Now, I know what you're thinking. Alabama? John, please, I'm begging you, I have a low tolerance for banjos and incest jokes. But trust me, there's more to this story than meets the eye. But hold your horses. This ain't your typical deliverance situation. We're talking about a town with character, quirks, and a sense of humor that defies its ghostly status. Cahaba is a ghost town, yes, but it's a ghost town with a sense of humor. It's like the town itself is in on the joke. How can you tell? Well, for starters, it decided to exist in the first place. A bold move considering the odds. That's just asking for trouble. And trouble it found, in spades. Imagine a town so ambitious, it dared to become Alabama's first state capital. A title that came with its own set of challenges and expectations. That's like being the smartest Kardashian. Impressive, but ultimately meaningless. The title didn't guarantee success or longevity, but hey, at least they tried, right? The people of Cahaba gave it their all, pouring their hopes and dreams into the town. And that's what we're here to celebrate. The glorious, hilarious downfall of Cahaba, Alabama. A story of ambition, failure, and the indomitable spirit of a town that refused to be forgotten. Buckle up, buttercups. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. A ride through history, humor, and the heart of a ghost town with a pulse. Cahaba, you see, had a rough go of it from the start. It was a town that seemed destined for greatness but was constantly tripped up by fate. Founded in 1819, it was basically the Wild West of Alabama, which, let's be honest, is already saying something. The town was a melting pot of adventurers, dreamers, and those looking to make a quick buck. We're talking gambling, duels, and enough questionable facial hair to make a hipster weep. The streets were alive with the sounds of saloons and the whispers of high-stakes poker games. But amidst the chaos, there was money to be made. Merchants and traders flocked to Cahaba, hoping to strike it rich in this burgeoning town. Cotton, that sweet, sweet cash crop, flowed through Cahaba like cheap beer at a college party. The cotton trade brought wealth and prosperity, turning Cahaba into a bustling hub of activity. The town boomed, becoming Alabama's first state capital in 1820. It was a time of celebration and optimism, with grand plans for the future. But here's the thing about booms, they tend to go bust. The prosperity was short-lived, and the town's fortunes began to wane. And boy did Cahaba ever bust. The once thriving town quickly fell into disrepair, its streets empty and its buildings crumbling. Internal squabbles, a little thing called the Civil War, and oh yeah, that pesky river we mentioned earlier. They all conspired to bring Cahaba to its knees. Yeah, they all played a part in Cahaba's grand downfall. The river's frequent flooding was the final nail in the coffin, washing away any hopes of revival. Now, you can't talk about Cahaba's demise without mentioning the Alabama River. This river was the lifeblood of the town, providing transportation, resources, and a scenic backdrop. But it also had a darker side. This ain't your babbling brook, folks. The Alabama River could be calm and serene one moment and a raging beast the next. This is the Mississippi's angsty teenage cousin, prone to flooding and generally wreaking havoc. It had a mind of its own, and it wasn't afraid to show it. Cahaba, being built on a floodplain, because who needs common sense, right? Was basically a sitting duck. The town's founders either didn't know or didn't care about the risks. Floods came and went like unwanted relatives, each one leaving behind a fresh layer of mud and misery. The townspeople would clean up, rebuild, and then brace themselves for the next deluge. The final straw, or should I say flood, came in 1865. This was no ordinary flood. It was a catastrophic event that changed everything. The river, tired of Cahaba's shenanigans, decided to stage a grand finale, flooding the town so badly it made Noah look like an amateur. The water levels rose higher than ever before, engulfing homes and businesses. That, my friends, was the end of Cahaba's reign as a bustling metropolis. The town that once thrived was now a ghost town, its streets empty and its buildings abandoned. The residents, fed up with playing Aquaman, packed their bags and moved to higher ground. They sought safety and stability, leaving behind the town that the river had claimed as its own. Section 4. Cahaba's quirks more than just ghosts and cobwebs. Now, you might think that a town ravaged by floods and abandoned for over a century would be, well, boring. But not Cahaba. Oh no, this place is full of surprises. For starters, it's home to a graveyard that's older than the state of Alabama itself. That's right, folks. These folks were so eager to get buried, they couldn't even wait for the state to become official. Talk about commitment. And if that's not spooky enough for you, there are the ruins. Crumbling buildings, overgrown streets, and enough eerie silence to make even the bravest soul reach for a flashlight. It's like walking onto the set of a horror movie, only without the jump scares and overpriced popcorn snacks. Section 5. Gone but not forgotten, because who could forget a place? This weird,